It's nighttime. The day's over. But we're starting a brand new year. And sometimes you sit down and just think, wait, where'd all the time go? Like, for real. It feels like just yesterday we were planning out our New Year's resolution, and now we're almost halfway through the year, wondering if we've accomplished anything so far at all. Today we're going to be talking about something that literally everyone experiences, something that we always reflect upon. It makes us really think deeply about, why does time feel like it's just speeding up? What does that mean for how we're actually living? Are we living our life to the fullest, or are we watching it just slip past our hands? Because here's the thing, understanding this might just change how you spend the time you have left. So, as always, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I really do appreciate the support, and without further ado, let's just go into it. Okay, let's start with something universal, that feeling, right? When you're a kid. Back to our old childhood. Summer break seems like it lasts an eternity. I can still sometimes open my eyes and imagine just how colorful the world was around me. The trees greener than ever. The sound of crickets or cicadas out in the summer. Eating a popsicle or whatnot if it's really hot outside. Being with my siblings and having fun. Or being with friends and having fun. Not a care in the world, but stuck in a peaceful place. Back when time was so much simpler. I imagine that most of us feel that way. For some of us, high school's over. For others, college is over. And you're an adult, and you're wondering where all the time went. There's actually psychology behind this. It's called proportional theory. When you're 5 years old, 1 year is 20% of your entire life. But when time has passed and you're now 40, 1 year is only 2.5% of your entire lifespan. So mathematically, time actually does feel like it's going faster as you get older, because years almost feel like less time. But it's not just math. It's not just things like that. It's much deeper than just mathematics. When we were younger, everything is new. New experiences, new things. Our first day of school. I still remember my first day of school. First things that we've ever experienced, maybe fear, excitement, tragedy, sadness. But they have all been such impactful parts of our lives, and they're our firsts, right? Your brain is constantly recording these novel experiences, so it feels like time moves slowly. But as you get older, you fall into routines. You drive the same route to work, you work the same job, day in and day out, each almost like you're repeating the same life, same day, over and over again. Your brain stops recording every detail because it's all too familiar now. So time doesn't just feel like it's moving faster. In a real way, your experience of time is accelerating. And the truth is, nobody really talks about how unsettling that truly is. You can feel your life slipping away in moments that don't even feel special. Just normal days. Scrolling on your phone, stressing about things that won't matter in 5 years, focusing in on your career and your job, routines, day in and day out, worry about work, commuting, and then December comes and you're like, didn't we just do this? How has a year already almost passed? So why is this happening to you? To all of us? Why does it happen? Why does time feel like it's accelerating the older you get? Part of it is exactly what I mentioned. It's all about routine, our schedule. But there's more than just that as well. Think about your attention. Your attention is the only thing you actually have. You can make more money, you can build more things, you can get more stuff, but you can't make more attention. You can't create more moments of genuine focus and presence. And here's where it gets real. Most of us are giving our attention away constantly. We're focused on too much, to our phones, our jobs, our careers, to worries, especially stressing out about the future and even regrets about the past. We're not actually present for the present. We're not actually focused on what's in front of us. We're not actually trying to experience our day-to-day life with the most focus of that day. So when we're distracted by these things, time flies. When you're present, time slows down when we're focused. It's not magic, it's just how perception works. I've noticed this with things that I've actually enjoyed. When you're doing something you love, you lose track of time, right? That's because you're present. You're full of intention. Your brain is engaged. Everything is there. So time actually feels slower, even though the clock is moving at the same speed. But most of our days aren't like that, right? Most of our days are divided attention. We have something that we're supposed to do. We have a certain schedule, a certain routine, half listening to people, scrolling while having conversations, thinking about work while you're home, thinking about home while you're at work. And all those divided moments, they feel like nothing. They blur together. And suddenly a month has passed and you can't even remember what you did. There's something else too. Expectation. When you're in survival mode, when you're stressed or anxious about something, time also feels like it's flying. Your brain is in fight or flight. It's not recording details because it's too busy trying to deal with whatever threat is happening. Not just physical threats, but mental threats. Things like that just distract our time. So you've got this double hit, routine plus distraction plus stress, and all three of those things accelerate your experience of time while reducing the quality of your life, the quality of your experiences. But there's a cost for us not noticing what's happening in front of us. Most of us will spend about 90 years on this earth if we're lucky. I've said 80, 90-ish years. And that almost sounds like a lot, right? Until you break it down. We spend roughly a third of that sleeping. 30 years sleeping. We spend roughly another third working or in school. Another 30 years of our life gone down the drain. And that only leaves an actual 30 years of our life to live. And of that 30 years, you've probably already spent some of it. Maybe a lot of it. Here's the hard truth. You don't know how much time you have left in this world. You could have 20 years. You could have 5. You could only have one more day. But the truth and the sad truth is that we don't know. We don't know when our time will come, when we pass. And most people live like they have all the time in the world. Like Like there's always next year to start that project or that dream or that resolution. A next summer to take a trip or a vacation. The next season to finally tell that person how you feel. To finally get something off your chest. To finally do something that you've wanted to do but you've been too nervous to actually do it. The thing about time flying is that it forces a question. What are you actually doing with your days? Are you growing? Are you improving? Are you loving the people around you? Are you using your gifts? Are you moving towards who you want to become? Or are you just drifting, letting time take its course and you merely accept it? Or are you actually investing in things that matter? Relationships, learning, experiences, meaning? Or are you just collecting moments that add up to nothing? Here's the paradox. I want you to sit like this. When you start living intentionally, when you actually engage with your life instead of just letting it happen to you, time doesn't feel like it's passing as fast. Days feel fuller, more textured, more real. But we don't do that. We rather distract ourselves. We numb ourselves. We live false lives instead of intentional ones. I'm not even talking about doing more. I'm talking about being present. I'm talking about noticing. I'm talking about being grateful, be accepting and appreciating what we have in our days. Every single day is a blessing. Every single day we have an opportunity to show kindness, to show acceptance, to show gratitude, to find meaning in even the most smallest things. The fact that we're still breathing, the fact that we still have breath, that someone has let us live as long as we have, that we have time to tell people how we feel, not even just in relationships, but with others, to show kindness, to be the better person, to be the light, to be the kindness, to inspire others, to be the good in this cruel, corrupt world that we live in. Think about gratitude for a second. When you're genuinely grateful for something, you notice it. You're fully aware of it. Your brain actually slows down time because you're paying it more attention. Not on an autopilot anymore. That's not accidental. Gratitude pulls you into the present moment. It makes you alive in that very moment. And when you're alive in your moments, when you're actually there, when you actually are present, time feels different. So if you're sitting here thinking as you're watching this video, just how much time you felt that you've wasted, just how much time has slipped past you in a matter of seconds, in a matter of years that more feel like someone else's memories rather than our own. And you might be asking, what do I actually do about it? Let me give you some shifts that matter. The first thing is to number your days. That might sound a little scary, that might sound even weird, but it's actually really liberating. If you live to 80, that's roughly 29,200 days. Now, I don't want you to write that down or think about it, but appreciate every single day. How many of those 29,000 about have you wasted? How many have you actually lived to the fullest? Some people do this as a practice. They literally count down, not to be depressed, but to be awake. Because numbering your days to something to your priorities, suddenly scrolling for 2 hours doesn't feel inconsequential. Watching TV on a night you could have spent with your family, people that you love, feels like an actual loss. It's not about drowning yourself with guilt or feeling very guilty about not experiencing every day, but it's about clarity. When you get clarity on how much time you actually have, everything becomes sharper. Second thing is to identify what your barns are. What are you hoarding? What are you building for a future that might not come Is it money, recognition, comfort, perfection in your home or body or career, status, symbols? I'm not trying to tell you that having a goal or an ambition or a dream is bad, but are you clear-eyed about what you're sacrificing for it? Because everything comes at a cost. Are you trading relational time for a career advancement? Are you trading learning and growth for financial security? Are you trading presence for likes and comments? That's a real trade-off. And a lot of people make it without even realizing it. They wake up at the age of 50 with a great career and no relationships. Or they look back and realize they've spent years worrying about things that never even happened, or things that weren't really as significant as they seemed at the time. So ask yourself, is what I'm building worth what I'm giving up for? Is what I'm building, is what I'm trying to achieve worth sacrificing something? Third thing is to invest in things that actually last. Here's something that's hard to argue with. Memories last forever. Relationships can last. The way you made someone feel lasts. Growth lasts. Skills last. Integrity lasts. Money doesn't. Possessions don't stay. They can come and go, like followers as well. Achievements fade. Satisfaction can fade. Things that'll all come to pass. So ask yourself, what percentage of my time am I spending on things that matter long term versus things that are just temporary? We sometimes focus on short-term satisfaction rather than long-term satisfaction. So that's something that I want you to change. And I'm not saying to ignore work or money. Obviously, you need those things, but don't idolize it. Are you spending 80% of your energy building something temporary and 20% building something that lasts? Idolize your memories, idolize your life. Idolize things that have more value to it more than just money. Because money can't buy more life. Money can't buy you relationships. Money can't buy you sincerity. So the fourth thing is to practice being present. The reason time feels like it's flying is because you're not present for most of it. You're thinking about what's next. You're worried about what's happened yesterday. You're distracted by your phone. You're thinking about tomorrow. Being present is a skill. It's not something that just happens. Try this. Pick one meal a day where you actually eat. Not while scrolling, not while working, not by being distracted, but just eat. Appreciate that meal. Think of it as your last. Just take it all in. Or pick one person and really listen to them. Try to build a genuine relationship with them. Not half listening, but not somewhat paying attention, but actually listen. Be curious about what they're saying. And that person will remember it, and you will too. And that's freedom. These small moments of presence, there where time actually feels full, there where your life actually happens. And do something about that distraction. Focus on something else. Focus about the deeper truth about time. Here's what I want you to understand beneath all of this. Time flying isn't actually bad news. It's good news if you're listening. It's a gift disguised as a problem. It's life. It's a way of living. It's a way of saying, wake up. You don't have forever down here. Make it count. Soon enough, we'll all leave this world. And in my personal opinion, there will be life after it. An eternal life. But sometimes we just need to make these days count as well. Make it count. And the promise isn't that you'll have more time. It's that the time you have will be more fulfilled. It will be rich. It will matter. I want you to try. I want you to try. Because when you're 40 or 80 and you look back at your life, you won't regret it. You won't regret the time that you spent loving people. You won't regret the time you spent in meaningful work. You won't regret the risks that you took, or even the relationships that you invested your time in. What you regret is time wasted on things that didn't really matter, lost to distraction, years spent worrying about things that never happened, energy spent on approval from people who don't actually care about you. So here's the real question. What do you want to regret the least? Because that's not some hypothetical, that's real. You're heading towards the end of your life, whether that's tomorrow or 50 years from now. And the way you spend your time is literally the way you're spending your life. Your past days may have gone by too fast. Your days may have been lost to distractions or worries and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean your remaining days have to be. And if you just realize this right now in this moment, it's not too late. That's perfect timing. That's an opportunity for you to wake up. So thank you, and focus on what truly matters. And I hope that you guys understand. And I want you guys to live your life to the fullest and to fully appreciate it, to fully accept what you have, to live for the present, so that when you're older, you'll accept what you've had. You'll appreciate the memories and everything that you've lived for. And I'm sure that I want to do the same thing too. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and leave any comments. Give me suggestions for any topics to talk about next. I know this might be a little different from any other stuff that I've done before, but please, thank you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.